Up to a point, a person's life is shaped by environment, heredity, and the movements and changes in the world about them. Then there comes a time when it lies within their grasp to shape the clay of their life into the sort of thing they wish to be. Only the weak blame their parents, their race, the times, lack of good fortune, or the quirks of fate. Everyone has it within their power to say, "This I am today, that I shall be tomorrow." The wish, however, must be implemented by deeds.
DatPiff.com world premiere.
Effortless, call us aggressive intelligence. Hustle my artist and I'm the executive vice of Spine, Connecticut. Come from the block with an etiquette. It's never lied in the fellowship. We just surviving the elements, but I have my eye on some better shit.
Hey guys, so my name is Tori Elder, CEO of Fade Productions. Fade Productions is my company that started in 2016 in Atlanta, Georgia, where we're at right now. You can see behind me, see the building, the city lights, city buildings, and all that. And honestly, this is the spot that actually gave me my exact inspiration to create Fade. So through Fade, I started my life as a ball player. From 3 to about 15, I couldn't see anything but basketball. That's what I wanted to do. I just knew it. I knew I was going to be like the best girl in the WNBA one day. I had plans. And actually, I got hurt when I was a sophomore in high school. And honestly, at the time, I thought it was probably one of the worst situations that was happening to me. But I look back and I'm thankful for everything that happened. So I tore my ACL, went through surgery, physical therapy for about 10 months. And through those 10 months, it was kind of like I opened up the way to see what I really like to do. And with me being in the bed so much, always just not being able to walk, I started doing like little videos on my like computers and devices that I had, like iPads, all that. And I just started kind of liking it. So junior year, I tried to get back into basketball. It was another fail. I ended up changing like my high schools my senior year, going to my previous school, Westlake High School, where I graduated. And through that, I wasn't able to ever get back on the team. I wasn't able to get my strength fully back, so I had to go elsewhere. So literally, it was just kind of like I fell into what I'm doing today. I started getting in yearbook classes, everything. And eventually, I just decided to go to Howard University to major in television and film production. So through high school, I went through all of those experiences of pain. I mean, not doing something I love to do. But now that I look at it, I lost something I love to do, but I replaced it with something that I probably am born to do. So it's just a difference. And when you see that, you see the growth within yourself. So I started college. College is cool. But through college, things started to get real. And when I say real, I mean like personal issues. So, just certain experiences in my life have definitely made me open up my eyes to the bigger picture of this world. And one thing that I've learned or I've experienced and know that needs to be touched on is mental health within the Black community. I come from the Black community, so I definitely have awakened my drive and passion to impacting that community. So going through college, I came into several experiences that have put me into a depression, so to speak, and just bad headspaces. One experience that led me to creating Fade was my sophomore year in college. This was a year that I kind of was growing up, trying to get out there in the world with dating, and I met a guy, and we hung out. This was our first time hanging out ever. He came up to me one night I'm at a restaurant and he's staring at me the entire time, and I'm like, why does this dude keep looking at me? So he comes up to me and he did the type of courting that you want a guy to do to you. He came to me with respect. He came to me, asked me for my number, and he told me, oh, you're just so beautiful, all that. So I gave him a chance. I hadn't really dated before, so I was kind of optimistic about it. So this was a Saturday night. I met him. The next day we hung out. We went out to brunch, and then we went back into my dorm room, my dormitory. But I didn't actually take him into my room because I didn't feel comfortable with the whole situation. So we played games. We stayed into the lounge, and he told me, I'll have to use the restroom. And also, can we put down like our jackets or somewhere? So I was like, well, I don't want anybody to steal them while we're playing games or anything. And we had all our phones on us and stuff. So we go into my room really quick. My roommate is up there the first time we go. And we drop our stuff off. We go back down to the game room, have fun, all that. So by the time we finish up, we go back up to my room, and I'm just talking to him like, I had a great time, all that. And, he tries to kiss me, but I'm not really that affectionate, especially not on my first time meeting someone. So I was kind of distant. But of course, sometimes people don't know how to take no for an answer. So I was almost sexually assaulted that night, but I was able to fight him off, and I was able to get him out of my room.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We win. No means no. No means
It's not. I just remember after he left, I just sat on the floor for a while, and I just thought, like, what if that actually had happened? I felt very violated already, and it just put me in a very bad headspace. My trust with everything started shaking. I shut down with people. I wouldn't really tell people what was going on, and I kept it to myself for a very long time. But with keeping it to myself, I realized it was affecting me with my relationships with even my parents. I started getting real distant. I was real hot, snappy with people all the time. And I definitely just didn't trust people at all. And I realized I wanted to stop feeling like that at a certain point. So I literally had to force myself to get out of that thinking or really just make peace with the situation. It took me a while to, but with making peace in it, I threw all of the pain that I had into my work. I started making more videos, I started doing more projects, and I just started falling in love with my passions all over again. I started DJing at about 13, so through that time I started getting back on with the music, and it was just a great way for me to release my stress. And I never felt that feeling anymore, that feeling of just not wanting to be around people, not wanting to open up, not even wanting to talk to people sometimes. I was finally starting to get out of that. So I realized, well, if I can release my pain through my passions, why not make it into something that we can progress ourselves with? So that's how I got with Fade. And right here on this rooftop, I was out here with one of my friends back in, I think it was December. It was 2 months after I had made the decision that I wanted to come up with something. And I was right here, and I remember just saying, we can make Fade into everything we love to do. And that's what I started to do. I started just putting more ideas into it, and eventually it grew to be what it is today. And one of our goals is going through those situations and realizing that sometimes if we do just have an outlet, we can make a difference. It brought me to my understanding of how mental health is not really touched on in the Black community. And it makes me want to just be that resource for other people to bring it out and just encourage people to find something that you love to do. And no matter what's going on in your life, just try to incorporate it with whatever you love to do. And a lot of times it does take that stress off of you. So Fade is a production company, but it's also a separate branch of what we call the Fade Foundation. And we also have an underclass where it's dedicated to the youth, and it's called Rising Moguls. That's going to be released in this upcoming year, 2018, but that's definitely the goal, is just to encourage the youth to go after what they love to do. If they have issues, we want to be that resource where they can come to us in some way. All in all, when you look at the big picture of life, or when I look at the big picture for myself, I realize like what makes me me is my city. I thrive off the energy it gives. I thrive off of my experiences I've had here and everything. And no matter what I'm going through, if I ever come back to Atlanta, Georgia, I'm always in a good headspace, a good mindset. And I can really just give that thanks to my friends, my family. They definitely keep me going while I'm in DC, while I'm out here doing what I want to do. I'm doing this for y'all. Like, I love you guys, and we're just gonna head up. I don't know where Fade is headed, but the goal is to have peace within myself, but to also bring happiness and peace to everyone around me. So,
Fade, I can see how her passion shines through everything. She's very determined to show the world what Fade really is. And I think during like this time, the world really needs to see something that's very genuine, because all you see is a lot of hate.
And, I love how passionate she is. I find that whenever people usually have like a lot of ideas for any company, it's hard to kind of put it together and make it one thing. I love how organized she is and how passionate she is and how willing she is to give back. I feel like those are really important factors when you're trying to do anything.
I love how committed she is to giving back to the youth, and I also love how committed she is to focusing on mental health issues. I feel like in the Black community, a lot of issues are looked over and kids are just told to be tough and to just get over their issues, when in reality, you have to face those issues in order to get over them. So I like that she's very committed to doing those things, and I'm just so proud of her. You know, I'm proud of her vision, and I'm just always here to support her.
To say Fade for me means freedom, and when I say freedom, I mean mentally and spiritually. And I feel like just as Black people, we have a hard time freeing ourselves from our circumstances or things that mentally capture our minds, or things that hurt us, or things that make us sad. And I just think that Tori is doing an amazing thing with her company and giving herself freedom and allowing others to have freedom to express themselves.
I go so hard, I ain't stopping for a second. I go so hard, I'm thanking God for my blessings. I go so hard, I know I gotta make a way. I go so hard, I'm just hoping that we find our way, baby. Heartbroken, I just dust off the pieces and keep it rolling. No time to fold, no luck, just hustle. I trust in God and I'm golden, hitting the clutch and then I'm rolling. This Honda is the start of my foundation. Picture me rolling after applying the patience. God is greatness, I think I'm destined, I'm well respected. These haters can't stand it, I got them mad, I got them flexing. Can't kick the shit I kick, word to code and I keep it on the need to know basis. You bitches basic, you niggas testing my patience, I cut them off. Don't ask me for no favors, your heart cold like the start of December. You might not like it, but I bet cash that they gon' remember. If my life was a movie, it could be classified as a thriller. The devil on my shoulder telling me to kill him. Enough said, this is filler. I ride for my dogs until the day I'm gone. I got the fan, put my soul in my hustle. I'm staying focused, making my own lane. I wake up on it, map out the play. I'm good for the moment, tomorrow wake up, do it all the same. Charisma in my game, dress well, make them go insane. So fuck a nigga, fuck a hater, fuck a bitch, fuck a faker. This gon' be the